We need a new legislature because in these times, these are hard times for families. We need a legislature who is sympathetic and supportive to our families.
I was able to go to college with lots of help, and otherwise I wouldn't have been able to go to college. Those days need to return so education is truly affordable and accessible for all people.
We always do well when we're healthy. We always do well when we're educated. We always do well when we have good wages. And this legislature did none of that. Doesn't make any difference if we're private or public. It attacked us as workers.
The legislature tried to eliminate pay equity. That's not a women's issue. That's not a man's issue. That's a working family issue. They passed bills that for state employees would drive their wages to $13,645 a year if you're an AFSCME member. Imagine living on that. They've raised middle-class property taxes. They've borrowed millions from schools. They've shut down our state. And why? All to protect millionaires and big corporations that lobby hard and game the system.
These representatives are supposed to represent their communities, the state of Minnesota, and they're not doing that. They're out to destroy collective bargaining in Minnesota. We saw what happened in Wisconsin, and it's obviously coming here.
It's very scary for us Minnesotans who know that we are union and that overnight it could change just like it did in Wisconsin.
We need a legislature that doesn't think that a right to work amendment that drives everyone's wages down is going to improve life in Minnesota.
They shut us down to the tune of $65 million of lost wages and threatened the livelihoods and the quality of life of Minnesota, set back our economy. Our unemployment went up during that period of time.
Having the state shut down, having to do multiple people's jobs, working at a prison, we did not give the inmates a pass and tell them to come back to prison once the state was reinstated. It was a very desperate time for all of us.
We're being walked on. That's not step, we're being walked on.
We tried to ratify a contract that they voted down just because they could.
They need to be listening to the people rather than the special interests.
We need a legislature that's willing to work with everyone, that's willing to make compromises so that we can continue to deliver the services that we provide to the people of Minnesota.
They slashed public services. They want to privatize and outsource our jobs. They want to lay off thousands of us. Representative Downey alone proposed to lay off 5,000 workers.
I think it's important to let your representatives know they're not there for their own agenda. They're there because they represent you.
We're that 99% that people talk about. It's our government, you know, and we need to take control of our government and make people understand that the 1% don't control things.
We've got to replace the politics of hate and the politics of division with the politics of fairness, with the politics of unity. Here's what you can do. You can door knock, you can phone bank, you can get out the vote on election day, defeat those that would crush us, and elect a better legislature.